Hello, friends. Okay, so I'll just wait for more people to get on and then we'll get started. Pin up my hair. Actually, I'm gonna do. Okay. Hello, hi guys. Go ahead and say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm kind of a little bit congested, so apologize for any runny nose we have. But hello, Laura. Will you message me? I meant to message you yesterday. Shoot me a message today. I have a question for you about Chicago. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and write my shopping link right here in the comments. And then I'm going to pin it. Okay, so right there is RayaHopeBeauty.com. That's where you can find all the makeup, the tools, everything. So for today's eye look, I was on Pinterest kind of like farting around. I saw this girl's eye makeup and it was so pretty and I was like, ooh, I should do something like that. So it's really, really soft. She kind of had like more bulging eyes than I do, but I feel like if you had more defined like eyelids, like that whole area, I feel like this would be so pretty on you. I'm like dying to do this makeup look on someone who has that type of eye look. But I also was thinking about like frequent questions that I get asked, and I feel like a main one is about creasing, which I feel you. I'm the same way. I hate when my makeup creases. So I was going to kind of talk about like some tips and tricks on how to prevent creasing. So thank you. So the first thing is the pre-makeup routine. So that's really, really going to matter for preventing creasing because you want to kind of prevent your makeup from meeting your actual skin. And that's because our skin is like a sponge. It's just going to be it's going to absorb whatever we're putting on it. So we kind of want to, just like I always do this analogy when you're painting a wall, you want to make sure to do the pre-makeup routine that I swear by. So my pre-makeup routine consists of like 3 to 4 things. First thing is rose water. So that's going to be a toner and it's a moisturizer for your skin. That doesn't really play into the whole creasing thing, but I did want to mention that I do put that on before. So the other thing that I use that really helps is the eye cream. So Unique has an eye cream. It's underneath, targeted underneath skincare. I use it AM and PM. So this is going to be beneficial for your under eye because this is going to help with the elasticity on your under eye. So it's actually going to be not an instant fix, but it's more of a prolonged fix. So you're going to want to make sure to use that AM and PM, and that will like eventually help. So I did want to mention that too. So as far as like instant results, because we all want instant results, right? When you put rose water on, that's the first thing I do in the morning and at night, Sandra. So I'll wash my face, dry it off, and then do rose water. Okay, so my pre-makeup routine is setting spray. This is the Touch Bold setting spray. This is technically a setter for your makeup. However, it can be incredibly beneficial for setting your skin, which again, you want to make sure to set your skin really well. And then I put on about a dime size amount of my mattifying face primer. So this is going to be super, super, super important because this is going to begin to fill in those fine lines and creases. So this is going to be very beneficial because this is going to prevent your makeup from settling into those fine lines, which cause creasing. So making sure that you're applying enough amount of this all over and working it into those areas and letting it sit. That's going to be another really important part, is making sure that you're allowing enough time for your primer to settle onto your skin. Because if you're just putting on your primer and then going immediately with your foundation, you're not allowing that primer enough time to like absorb into your skin. And essentially you're just wasting primer. So mattifying face primer, I personally love. You can use it if you have dry skin. There's no silicone in it, which I really like too. My necklace is from Amy Waltz and my code with her is RayaLove15. Okay, so setting spray, primer, then setting spray again. So setting spray is going to be really important to making sure that you set the primer. So just like when you use this to set your makeup to prevent it from moving, to prevent it from transferring, same thing with your primer. So setting spray, primer, setting spray. I like to wait at least 3 to 5 minutes, Jade. Yes, rose water does work incredibly well on sunburns. Does rose water take place of moisturizer with dry skin? For me, it does, but I have more oily prone skin. If you have like super duper dry skin, I say give it a try. If you're still experiencing any flakiness or any dry patches, then I would implement a moisturizer, but you can absolutely try. So I love how you really get into detail. Oh, I try, Whitney. I feel like I go live every single day, so if you watch me every single day, I want you to feel like you're taking away something new from the tutorials. So yeah, anyway, and plus, I'm a very firm believer is I want to know about the products that I'm purchasing, especially if I'm buying something that's $39. I want to know what I get for that $39. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's the way my brain works, and I want you guys to feel like you're getting the most out of your money because, honestly, it's hard. So making sure that you know what you're doing. Yes, Amy, you can. Okay, so now let's talk about preventing creasing. So I'm going to apply my makeup a little bit differently than I normally do today for this kind of tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to go in with is my stick foundation. I love the stick foundation because it's a more hydrating coverage. It's full coverage without having to try to be full coverage. So we're going to use this in just the areas we need it, okay? So I'm just gonna kind of mark just a little bit on my cheeks, a little bit on my chin, tiny bit on my forehead, a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my upper lip. Just teeny tiny bit, okay? Now I'm gonna take my Skin Solution Concealer in the shade Organza, and I'm gonna do a little dot here and a little dot there. Same thing on the other side, little dot, okay? That is all the coverage that you need, okay? So this is going to be a very more of a light to medium. Next step that's going to be super, super important is the blending buds. I cannot stress enough how important these blending buds are. Not the beauty blenders you get at Walmart, Sephora, Ulta, whatever. These ones. And the reason that this is so important is because this is made with a different material than your everyday beauty blender. This is going to buff the makeup in perfectly well. It's going to help to prevent any fine lines and creases. It's going to help to minimize the appearance of pores. This, you guys, is going to be really, 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 really important. So I'm going to use this and just use this to blend out the foundation. And then now I'm going to go in with my smaller blending bud to blend in this concealer. So the reason that we applied our concealer this way is because when you're applying your concealer and you're applying it all over the under eye, it can cause a little bit of a buildup around where you naturally crease, which is totally normal. Everyone does it. Even if you have like the firmest under eyes, you still can experience creasing there. And that is going to, doing the 2 dots here is going to limit the amount of product that goes right underneath that area. So you're still getting the benefit of the concealer without all the product there, okay? So that was like a very fine layer. You could still see my skin, but you instantly reduced your redness. You instantly reduced the odds of creasing. Yes, the blending buds are damp, so you wring them underneath water, squeeze them until no water falls from them, then they're ready to use. Now this is the part where you can kind of go in wherever you kind of feel like it. So this is when I kind of go in, and anywhere that I see any redness, anywhere that I want a little bit extra coverage, I'll go in with doing it this way. This is also going to be the way that is going to help your foundation last even longer because we're using such a minimal amount of it. It's really, really going to help. So I always love talking to you guys about full coverage and how to achieve that really porcelain doll look. I don't feel like I talk to you guys a ton about how to get the no makeup look. So this is how you're going to do it. Just using a very minimal amount of product. And again, blending buds are going to be super, super crucial. All right, so that's all I'm going to do with my stick foundation, which I use the shade Lace. And then now, yes, the blending buds are by Unique, and then you can find them on my website, RayaHopeBeauty.com. Underneath tools, or no, underneath sponges and applicators. So again, I just minimal amount. Yes, the rose water is going to be underneath skincare, and it's going to be underneath toners because the rose water is technically a toner. Okay, so I'm just going to go in with this. And now I'm taking a little bit down further than just my under eye and making sure I really get my eyelid because I have like really darker eyelids. That was horrible English, I just realized, but you get what I'm saying. All right, so there we have our like full coverage. and it's not a ton of coverage that's going to crease easily because we don't have a lot of product on there. The next step that's really going to help with creasing is setting powder. So I'm going to use my setting spray, spritz it on this dry beauty blender that I got at Walmart. Now I'm going to take my Touch Behold translucent setting powder, and this is going to be what we're going to use to also help to prevent fine lines and creases. It's going to set the makeup in a place. So if you have more dry skin, either you could skip this step, you can use it differently, meaning that you can just use it with like a setting brush, which is another easy way to set your foundation. This also is really, really great at minimizing the appearance of pores. So what this does is it draws out the natural oils of your skin and basically traps them. So instead of those oils pushing against your foundation, causing that creasing to happen, this will be absorbed into the setting powder. And then I'm going to use the fan brush just to sweep away any excess so we don't have like all of this dryness on us. Okay, so I'm just going to keep fanning until I see most of that product gone. And then now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my pressed powder. So this is the other option to set your makeup if you're wanting to set it with not a setting powder. But if you have oily skin like me, you could do both. So this is going to be a really easy way to set your makeup because this is going to not only provide a little bit extra coverage, but give you like a really soft finish. And it's going to act kind of like that setting powder where it absorbs any of that oil pushing against your foundation. So I'm just going to bounce this off all over. And this is going to give us that that more even coverage. And it's also going to give us more of that softer look. So we're going to go over with this. And this powder is so amazing, you guys. It's so, so good because it has shea butter and vitamin E infused in it, so it's not a dry powder. A lot of people have messaged me being like, can I use that pressed powder 5 dry skin or mature skin, fine lines, wrinkles? Yes, 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 because this is going to be the best option for everyone, really, because it's so silky on your skin. I'm using the shade Taffeta in the pressed powder. The hydrating face primer, the hydrating setting powder is the prime to set powder. You do it the same exact way. You'll tilt it upside down to get that product out of the bottle. You open it up, it's sitting right there, and then you could take like a tapered brush like this, tap it into that, and then just tap on wherever you're needing it. So this is going to be the best setting product if you have more dry skin, if that makes any sense. Because it has a water release technology, so when it hits your skin, it's actually going to be very hydrating. Do you use a little sponge or just the brush? Just the brush. I don't like the sponge because that's how you get that cakiness because you're applying too much product on. Is Taffeta in stock? It is, yes. And it's gonna, everything I'm using is available at RayaHopeBeauty.com. All right, so now for, brushes. Now for setting. So that's like the full foundation coverage. Very soft, still great coverage without being cakey or heavy or causing a ton of creasing. And then we're going to spray our face down with the setting spray, which is also really going to help, but we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. All right, so now I'm going to use my Beachfront Bronzer in the shade Hermosa. Not only is this going to also set my foundation in place, but it's also going to give my skin so much more warmth, and it's going to begin to give us that more defined cheek structure. Overall, just like a very pretty look. So we're going to go ahead and just contour with this. I always kind of swirl in the temples, bring it down like this. Same thing here, and then always bring it down the neck. So dang easy to do, you guys. And then around the nose, just down the sides, underneath. And again, if you need to be color matched or if you need any help, if you're like, yes, I need to try this routine, comment color match in the comments and I'll private message you. Otherwise, everything's available right here, RayaHopeBeauty.com. I bought the translucent setting powder from what you're saying with dry skin. Should I have bought the different powder? I'd give it a try, Bernadette, sorry. And if you are feeling like it's making your makeup look dry, definitely try the rose water and or setting spray to add moisture into that. But if you're still experiencing it dry, then yes, you would either return or exchange. All right, so now for blush, we're gonna use the shade Sisterly and just give us this really pretty glowy look. It's my favorite blush color. It's so, so pretty. Thank you. It's actually a romper. I actually have that posted on my Instagram story today if you want to see what it looks like. All right, and then highlight, I'm going to do the Touch On Mode Luminizer in the shade Pearly. And again, this is going to act as that highlight. And none of these powders will cause creasing because they're very light and you don't use a ton of them to get that glowy or that contoured look. So you don't have to be worried about any of that creasing or causing creasing. Because we're also not using it in very common creasing areas. Not many people crease like on the highest parts of their cheekbones or their nose. But always use less if you're worried about that. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the eyeliner in the shade Perfect. And I'm going to apply this on the waterlines. This is my favorite eyeliner because it actually stays put. It doesn't build up in your tear duct or cause like raccoon eyes. It's so creamy. It's so easy to apply. And it's only 15 bucks. I also did want to mention too the sale that's going on this month. So we're doing a buy more, save more sale. So if you spend $80, you save 15%. And if you spend $150, you get 20%. So honestly, now's the time to stock up because I love this sale. So good. All right, for brows, we're going to do the brow pencil in medium. I like barely have to comb anything out because we didn't really use a ton of foundation. All right, and then we're going to go with the brow pencil in medium and just follow the natural shape and direction of our eyes. I'm sorry, of our eyebrows, I should say. But this is my favorite brow pencil. It's so easy to use. It is super, super dainty, so you get really nice, precise application. It's so good. All right, and same thing on this side. Underneath, and we're just giving it some shape to really give us that like lifted eye look, which is really going to help. Yes. The Unique eyeliner in the shade Perfect, and then now we're using the Unique brow pencil in the shade Medium. Almost all of the product, minus like maybe one or two things, is from Unique. I always tell you guys I sell this because I use it. I don't use it because I sell it. It is such great makeup. I love that it's healthy for your skin. I like that it's easy to place your order on their website. I love that they have a love it guarantee. I love it that it also comes with me. Meaning that if you have any questions or you need any help picking out your products, you can always message me or just comment color match down below. And I'm not saying like you're going to get a recommendation and never hear from me again. If you need any other help, if you get your product in the mail and you're like, I can't remember how to do this, message me. That is what I'm here for. And that's kind of what like fueled me to do this. I was like a huge tomboy growing up. I knew nothing about makeup. And I remember going into Ulta and Sephora and just feeling so lost and also kind of embarrassed because I felt like as a woman, I should just know these things. And I didn't know them. And I was too embarrassed to ask. And then when I saw this girl putting on her makeup on Facebook, I felt that I had someone that I could like rely on with questions. So like I said, I've been doing this now for almost over 5 years. So if you guys have any questions, need any help picking out your products, again, either comment color match down below and shop right here, RayaHopeBeauty.com. If you know of any of your friends that are the same way, or maybe you just love my tutorials and you want to spread the word, I can't thank you enough for doing that. This is my business, so I rely on word of mouth. So thank you for sharing my website, telling them to follow me here on Facebook or on Instagram. I cannot stress enough how much that means to me. I was actually having this conversation the other day with one of my husband's friends. He's like, I want to like and comment on your stuff, but I don't know if that's like helpful. I was like, oh my gosh, it is so helpful. Like that's all I rely on really is like the likes, the comments, the shares, purchases of course, but honestly, Facebook and Instagram work on this like algorithm, which means that like if people aren't engaging with you, it just shuts you down. It shoots you to the bottom, doesn't show your posts. So I could work all day, but if you're not engaging with me, Facebook isn't going to give me the time of day. So I cannot thank you guys enough for going to my Instagram, going to my Facebook, and liking and commenting and watching the Instagram stories. Even if you have to turn on that little bell notification to remind you to do so, I cannot thank you guys enough for doing that, truly. So make sure to comment and like, and make sure you watch the Instagram stories. If you go to Instagram and you click on my profile picture, the stories start to play. Thank you guys. Yes, I always try to empty my inbox. The weekends I'm a little bit slower because the kids are home, but during the week I'm on it. Yeah, I had no idea. I was a huge tomboy. I had zero idea what I was doing. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is eyes. So like I said, I'm gonna show you guys this really pretty, like easy eye look, very soft look. And then I'm gonna use the fluffy crease brush, and we're gonna use the shade Astute, which is one of my favorite colors. It's a matte, very soft brown. And I'm going to apply this into the crease area by using a little saying I love, which is rainbow zigzag. It kind of reminds you to like move, essentially, because I can't tell you how many times, especially when I was first starting, that I would apply my eyeshadow and it would just look so intense and so dark. So how to kind of prevent that? Step one, hold your brush towards the back. That's really going to help. I know it feels odd, but it's really going to help to ensure that you're not pushing super hard, because you don't need to. You don't need to push super hard. These eyeshadows are pigmented enough that you don't need to try to put them on. They are so stunning. Also, making sure that you're using good brushes. So this brush right here is called the Fluffy Crease Brush. This is my personal favorite brush. I feel like it's a perfect amount of tapered, perfect amount of fluff. So good. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Thank you guys. Awesome. Love you. All right, so now we're just going to build up this color into the crease until we like it. And I'm sticking up on top. I'm not going on my eyelid. And that's because it's going to really ensure that this center of the eyelid really pops. Okay. And then I'm going to switch up my brush. I'm going to grab this guy. This is the Fluffy Crease Brush. And now I'm going to mix these two colors, which is Impish and Astute. And this is going to give us a very soft, almost orangey hue to it, but it's going to play into giving us that really soft look. And the reason I'm using a bigger brush is so it blends it out a little bit, like softer. All right, so same thing on this side. And I forgot to get out a color, shoot. I think it's in here. Yes. All right. Can you do tutorials for us ladies who wear glasses? Yeah, I kind of try to give you guys tips and tricks on glasses while I'm doing this, but essentially it's kind of the same as hooded eyes. You want to really elevate your eyes so they draw the attention in. So colors like the liquid eyeshadow in the shade Reverent are going to be really pretty on you. Because it's going to draw the attention without overpowering your eyes. So, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to take the pressed eyeshadow in the shade Timid. I'm not flipping you guys off, I promise. And I'm going to just kind of apply this on the eyelid. And this is going to give us that really soft eye look. It's just like it's almost like a khaki color. It's like the color of my romper. And I'm using my finger because I feel like I have more control over where it's going, and also it's going to look a little bit more pigmented versus if I was using it with a brush. Because I'm kind of like compressing it down into place. And we're going to apply this all over the eyelid. And then as you see, when I get to that like top of the eye area, I'm pulling more downward versus upward. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to go back in with the Fluffy Crease Brush and grab that shade Astute, because I don't want it to look like a cut crease. I want it to look really gradual. I'm going to go in with the brush actually with this Timid color just so I can get in this harder to reach area. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to wipe off my finger and I'm going to use the eyeliner. Put this away. Eyeliner in the shade Perfect. And this is going to be a liquid liner. So I always tell you guys, I used to think I sucked at liquid liner. And it wasn't until I grabbed this product that I was like, oh, it's not that difficult. This is the easiest liquid liner you'll ever use in your whole life. It is so pointed, it's like a dagger, that it makes doing that line across so easy. The product itself too is a really good texture, so you don't have to really go over and over and over creating a bigger and bigger line with it, trying to get it to look pigmented. The trick is just stick as close to those lashes as possible. And I'm not like extending it at all, I'm just sticking right over the lash line. This will also be really helpful too if you're trying to make your lashes look bolder, because it's gonna add almost like a thickness to them. Okay. All right, and now we're gonna set our makeup. All right, so doing that step, setting it, going back to helping to prevent creasing, that is really, really, really going to be another crucial, important step, because this is going to add moisture into the foundation, which helps it to expand and helps it to look softer on the skin. Also helps to keep it in place. So again, it's going to help to prevent transferring. So that is going to be like your end step. That's going to be the kicker on getting your makeup to stay in place. Yes, the Gala Mirror is actually the one I'm using right now. This is my favorite. I love it too because it has this like white, almost like a ring light on it. And it's touchscreen, and then the height of it is just perfect. It's so tall. I mean, look at it. It's gigantic. It's so amazing. And then it also has magnification here. And it has all this storage too. So good. It's hands down my favorite one. And my code is Raya15 for their website too. Okay, so then after our foundation, or I'm sorry, our setting spray is dry, now we're going to go in with the, where is it? The Lash Primer. So we're wanting to, with like softer eye looks, I always want my lashes to really kind of be the center of attention with this. So I'm going to go in first with the Lash Primer, and this is going to hydrate our lashes and also help to give them incredible length. So base of the lash all over. And then I'm going to go immediately in with the Gala is the name of this mirror. And then I'm going to go in with a Twisted mascara, and this is going to be the mascara to get, you guys. If you are struggling with growing your lashes out, this has argan oil, keratin, and biotin infused in it. So it's going to give your lashes the, like, almost like a serum, like a nurturing serum while you're wearing it. And it has a really intentional little brush, so you get perfect separation and length. And it has a dual brush on it, which I'll use here in a second, that gives you such incredible control of the product itself. And then I'll just add 2 coats. And then talking about how long product lasts, this mascara, you guys, is probably going to be the most impressive long-lasting mascara you've ever used. I remember the last one I had for almost like 6 months. It's crazy. I have the full product list actually written out right here. RayaHope, oh my gosh, I can't speak. RayaHopeBeauty.com is where you can find it. And it's actually, when you spend $80, you save 15%. And then if you spend $150, you save 20%. So to get this entire makeup look, you would be saving 20%, you guys. Isn't that such a great deal? And then this is the teeny tiny little wand that comes with it. So good. Base of the lash all the way up. Okay. And then we're going to be drama queens, and we're going to grab the 4D mascara and do one little coat of this. And this is the mascara that has the fibers infused in it. So this is going to give you like that really good pizzazz to your lashes. Okay. And then for our lips, soft lip look, we're going to first go in with this cheapy NYX lip liner. And line our lips. And this is in the color Natural, I believe. Okay. Make sure they're even. And then I'm going to go in with my favorite lipstick. This is the shade Easy Street. And this one's my favorite because 1, it looks good on everybody. And 2, it's a very soft nude. All right, now I'm going to take my finger and blend that out. And then I'm going to take the lip gloss in the shade Loyal, and it's just a clear lip gloss, but this has a high gloss to it without the stickiness, and this just gives it a really pretty sheen. And there it is. There's our whole makeup look. So easy, so like bright and fresh. I love that I don't have like a ton of foundation on. Again, we use the smallest amount of foundation on our skin. So this is going to be the best combination of products for preventing fine lines and wrinkles. So again, we use a stick foundation very lightly. We did the Skin Solution Concealer very lightly around our eyes. We set it with the setting powder and the pressed powder. We added some fun contour and highlight and blush with a very pretty easy eye look. Just overall really, really soft. It's going to look flawless all day long on you. And again, if you need any recommendation for like, I'm not sure what color I am, just send me a selfie facing a window and or comment color match and I'll private message you. And then if you want to message me, all you have to do is tap on my face. A description window is going to pop down and you can click on my name, RayaHope. That will take you to my Facebook page and you'll see a pop-up to be able to message me there. So make sure to do that. For dry skin, I would recommend the stick or the BB cream. For oily skin, I would do either you could do the liquid, the stick, or the spray. Or BB cream if you want to set it. Thank you. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. Make sure to shop right here, RayaHopeBeauty.com, and I cannot thank you guys enough for tagging your friends down below, sharing this on your page, telling your friends to watch, and follow me over on Instagram, which again, my name there is RayaHope too. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Bye.